I'm with Henrik Leerberg, Director of Offer Management at Schneider Electric. Henrik, can you tell us how Schneider Electric is managing data privacy and security with StruxureOn?
It is the biggest kind of concern. It's the only single question that we have seen every time we have engaged with customers when we are doing cloud services and so on. It's always around security and privacy. So what we have done in Schneider is that we have built kind of a practice around security, cybersecurity, which means that we have trained all our developers in hacking technologies and all that stuff to be able to avoid penetration and vulnerabilities and doing really fixes and patches really fast. But that's more on the cybersecurity way. We have built our architecture in this solution in a way that we don't expose the individual devices to the internet. We aggregate all the data on site and having one secure communication up into the Schneider Cloud that is highly encrypted. It's a one-way outgoing connection only. There's no way to actually get back in and get control. We have a huge, also in Schneider, a huge governance around privacy. Privacy is really how do we treat the customer's data? What do we use it for? Who can see it? And so on. And it's actually up to the customer themselves to allow different stakeholders in this entire loop to see the data. So we try really to protect and respect the data privacy and the individual customers' kind of policies around data.
Henrik, do you believe a digital service like StruxureOn could actually improve the cybersecurity of a data center?
Oh, I definitely do. I think if we look back 5-10 years when data centers still had intelligent devices that were networked, those devices could communicate with a service in the cloud or on the internet. We didn't call it cloud back then. But then it was really the firmware sitting in a UPS or cooling unit or a PDU that was communicating directly onto the internet. And that required a lot of cybersecurity on each individual device. It needed firmware upgrades, and it takes time to roll out new firmwares to products and get them installed in the field and so on. With this new approach, we are kind of concentrating all that information on site before we push it to the internet, which means that the devices can be as insecure as they actually are. They don't need to be upgraded because we protect them from a gateway approach. But also, if you look at the fact that we can see what firmware is running on the devices, we know what is the latest version. We can tell the customer to upgrade them manually. We can see who has accessed the device when and who it was that logged in and so on, really helping the customers to guide them if they are feeling or they are seeing some attacks on their internal systems.